Alright, so I've said this in a couple videos, at least one. I think I said it in one that I did earlier today that I posted, uh, just tonight because I had so much going on today. Well, not that much. I just didn't plan it very well, and then I had something, and then I had something else, so I just didn't plan very well. But anyways, I've said this in a couple videos at least, and at least one. I'm not gonna get back into it, and I thought this week was gonna make my worst list. I really did because that the first one was okay. So when I first saw it, the first one, I I think I remember liking it. I don't know because then I saw the second one. Um, I don't know. I have to assume that I liked the first one because I saw the second one in theaters. I saw the first one in theaters, but then I saw the second one in theaters. Hated it. It wasn't like the worst thing ever, but it was so bad. And then I went back and watched the first one. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. I liked the first one, hated the second one, went back and watched the first one just because I was like, oh man, I gotta see this again. And then ended up liking it a little bit less. But that was 2 years ago. I feel like if I saw the first one again, I'd like it more. And then to be honest, because of my opinion of this one, I feel like I'd like the second one more. Um, that's a mixed. You might think I'm saying one thing, but I'm saying another. But yeah, so now as of right now, I need to rewatch the first two, but I think the first one is okay. I think I'm gonna like it more, and then I think the second one's pretty bad. And then as of right now, I like this one more than the second one. No, obviously not quite as much as the first one because the first one is just kind of, it's been the same writer for all three, but a different director each movie. And to be honest, oh god, I mean Elizabeth Banks was the director of the second one, and she'd only done that. I mean, she did like a short in movie 43, which thank the Lord you haven't seen because I guarantee you haven't. But it's not as bad as everyone says though. There's at least a couple good scenes, but I honestly think that her thing is better than this director because this director, all she's done before this, or at least I'm pretty sure this is all she's done. I think I remember checking in that this was the only thing, but I just maybe stopped because of what it was. She's only done a Step Up movie, like the one from like 2014 or something. I think it was like Step Up All In, and I think it was 3D too, and it's just like the fourth in the franchise or fifth, or I don't even know how many there are. So for Elizabeth Banks to be an accomplished actress, for me to like her as an actress, for her to have at least directed a scene in a movie that I don't hate. Like even if the Step Up movies were good, I'd still say that I enjoyed movie 43 more. Even if I didn't like it, it'd be a good so bad it's funny movie. But there's a couple scenes in there that I thought were okay. So having done that and being a good actress is way better than just actually directing one movie before, but it was a piece of shit movie. I haven't seen any of the Step Up movies, but I just know at least everything after the first has to suck. Maybe the first is okay because I think it's got Channing Tatum, so that might be okay. And then I think it's got his wife actually. Isn't that where they met? Anyways, yeah. So, but it's been the same writer throughout, and I've kind of sensed that not so much in the second one. In this one, I did, but the first one, it just had such a good director. And if I'm remembering correctly, I think this guy. I'm not going to say anything because I don't remember for sure what he's done. And I may not be thinking of the right guy, but I think he hasn't done much besides that. And he hasn't done really any movies since Pitch Perfect, I'm pretty sure. But I think he did some stuff beforehand, and maybe he does some TV. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to say any specifics, but I think he's pretty good. I think that he's done some pretty good stuff. I don't know. But anyways, so yeah. First one, I'll probably end up liking again. Second one, I'll probably end up liking more. But this one I like more than the second. And I'm very surprised to say that because the first one, 80% certified on Rotten Tomatoes. User is fresh. Second one, 64% on Rotten Tomatoes with about the same, like 64, 65 user. But then this one, like last I checked, 30% and like this about the same user. And I was just like, oh my god, I thought the second one was bad. This one's going to be worse. Maybe it's because it ended the trilogy. Maybe it's because I saw it with my mom again, because I saw the first one with my mom. I didn't see the second one, which, when I think of the reason why, it wasn't enough to make sense of not seeing it with her. But anyways, And then I saw this one with her, so maybe that's what it is. Because she has a better time with movies, and she doesn't really, she just watches them to have fun. So like, there's a lot of movies that I hate that are just bad movies that she likes. So yeah. Anyways, so maybe it's one of those two things, but I like this one a bit more. I honestly, when I started to think about it, I don't recall any of the songs in the second one. I don't recall even liking any songs. And to be honest, I don't really think there were that many songs. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought the second one focused more on the comedy. And to be honest, aside from like the riff off, I can't think of any other music they did. Um, in the first one, obviously there's a lot, but yeah, in this one there's a lot more music. I think at least, and then it's good because I thought the riff off was okay, but it was just trying too hard to be funny. That movie, I mean, David Cross on a scooter. That's not bad. It just is out of place. Like, were you expecting to hear that that was in the second one? Like, I'm not going to get into it. That's all you need to know. It just, I don't know. Elizabeth Banks really did a terrible job. This director was fine, though. I mean, like, not great, but just, a little bit better. But I just don't like her as much. But yeah, so, this one, it's still got some of the cast chemistry. Not as much, though. The characters are kind of worn out at this point. I mean, there's no real new developments to them. It's kind of just the same thing over and over again. And there's a stupid subplot with Rebel Wilson's character, which I don't hate her as much as everyone else. Like, I think if done right, she could be funny. But then again, I also am a huge fan of Melissa McCarthy, so maybe... I mean, I'm not a fan of all of her movies. Like, Tammy sucks. The Boss sucks. I don't like Spy. To be honest, now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't seen Identity Thief in a while, but I thought that was okay. But The Heat, that's really all that's coming to mind. I mean, she was okay. She was the best part of Bridesmaids, in my opinion, but I didn't love that movie. So now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I think it's just The Heat. I think I just like her as a person, and I like her performances. Like, even in the bad movies, at least she's performing well. You might not like it, but she's making you not like her. So I'm a fan of her, and then I'm a fan of... I mean, Jim Carrey isn't really in the same realm, really, but, like, if you saw one of my previous reviews, I think I said something about that, and them being put in the same category, so, like, I don't know, I don't hate Jim Carrey, but I don't love him either. But I am a huge fan of Melissa McCarthy, and that's kind of what Rebel Wilson does. She does the, like, kind of similar stuff, I think. I don't know, maybe she doesn't, but anyways, it's so stupid, and it wastes a perfectly good actor that's already been wasted this year. And I just love him, and he's sucked in both of these movies this year. Yeah, so overall, it had some laughs. I think probably the hardest laugh was when she, involving her subplot, there's a person in the subplot, when that person rode up on their yacht and the name of the yacht was revealed. That made me laugh for a pretty long time. Aside from that, there's a couple chuckles here and there, nothing too big. The performances are fine. The music is not bad. It's just when you don't really care about anything else, it's just okay. This one's significantly shorter than the last two, which I think might have helped this one not be as bad as the second one, because that one was about the same length, if not longer, than the first one, and it just did not do anything good with the time. I mean, there was a whole scene where they finally run into, like, the main, like, the leader from the first one, because she wasn't in most of it for some reason and not in the group anymore. They run into her and they have this camp thing, and then I think she joins them after, but, like, that whole camp scene was stupid, and it was way forcing the comedy. I don't know. Overall, it's just okay. I'd give it a 5 out of 10 because I think it's all right. I don't really want to see it again. I want to watch the first two again, though, especially the first one, because, when I first saw the first one, I liked Anna Kendrick, but when I watched it again, I was watching it after not liking the second one, but I loved Anna Kendrick then. But now, I loved her then, but I just, I'd say it's about the same amount, except she's added more movies, so it's grown. It's like stayed the same amount. It hasn't increased. It's just getting stronger because she has more in her body of work. So yeah. Anyways, that's it. 5 out of 10. But it was in the description, so you don't have to watch this. I'm just gonna end right here. Thanks for watching, guys. Press that like button if you liked the video. Press that subscribe button if you liked me. Comment below. Have you seen this? If you have, what you think about it? What's your favorite in the trilogy? And I think it's done, because it kind of ended the trilogy with this one. Sorry that this went over 10 minutes. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.